get your brushes, go get your paint. This is how you do it, the Shoshie way. I'm gonna teach you, be ready to learn. Cause when I'm done, it's your turn. Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch real close. And when I'm through, why not have it go? Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch real close. And when I'm through, why not have it go? We paint miniatures. We paint miniatures. We paint miniatures. Turn on, tune in, hear what I say. Watch real closely, enjoy your stay. You'll see me painting from up above, and if you like it, give it mad love. Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch real close. And when I'm through, why not have it go? Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch real close. And when I'm through, why not have it go? We paint miniatures. 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 We paint miniatures.
Hey guys, we are live. It's Shoshie from Shoshie's Minis and it is Friday. Yay, thank you so much for coming by and checking out this. We're gonna do some more Shelf of Shame, getting rid of those minis that are half painted or unpainted. For me, I'm starting out with a whole bunch of half painted minis that I've got like a ton of. You guys have been here for a lot of it. Hello, Lamunas, Ash Kid Lane, Heatherstone, thank you guys so much. When you guys pop up in chat before I even start, that always just makes me feel so good. Like, I'm not coming here alone. Yay. Yay. Hello, hello, Amberden. How's it going? All right. So again, we're doing Shelf of Shame bingo this pretty much most of this month and into June, up to June 15th. You know, I will be sneaking in some commissions possibly in between there. There's some cool things coming down the pipeline. I've got a Chimera bust that I'm going to be streaming, which will be amazing. And I also have another bust from a like kind of an up and coming miniature company that's coming out that I'm pretty excited. I think you're going to love them. I mean, you guys like the busts that I've done in the past. Speaking of bust, we have another one on the table. Fear GFX, hello. Thrashing Coyote, hello. All right, let me show you guys what we're working on. This, you guys decided on this on Wednesday, what I was going to work on. Oh, I'm sorry, not Chimera bust. So the bust is from the other small company. The Chimera project, I said bust, didn't I? I meant the Chimera mini that I'm doing for Anne Lamunas. So yeah, that's coming up. All right, let's check. This is Cormac. His name is Cormac, and he is a miniature from Black Crow. I'm going to set this right here. There we go. He's from Black Crow Miniatures, and I really liked him, and I felt like he went really well with my Mama Buho. Which, where is Mama Buho? Where did I put her? Oh, let me go get Mama Buho, and I will show you how they look together. Give me 1 second. Oh, no, I didn't get Dahlia. I thought about it, but I didn't get it. Hi, Sancho. Amberden says, am I starting early on time as it's 10 p.m. in London, but stream says you're due to start at 11 London time? Maybe there was a time change. I'm 4 to 7 on Fridays, so is that... I don't know. Amberden. Maybe there was a time change difference. I don't know. Well, I've got it right on my schedule. It says 4 to 7, right? That's the part that I want to make sure. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to go get Mama Buho so you can see her with this mini. I'll be right back. It's 11 in Amsterdam, and London is 1 hour earlier. 11 p.m., sorry. Huh. Let me look. Let me look at my dashboard, because I might have... It should be right. Let me check. I'm going to look at it real quick. Schedule. Friday, 5 p.m. Yeah, that is messed up. I'm so sorry, Amberden. I'm not early. I need to change that. You guys, I'm a little dyscalculate, and that's like a dyslexia only for math and for weird abstract things like left and right and direction, and it is not fun, and it causes all kinds of goof ups just like this. So forgive me. That was that. I will fix that. Thank you for mentioning that, Amberden. Amberden's been helping me get my stuff in order here. Hold on. So change. Everything else looks right on the schedule. Friday on Twitch. That's a little message to myself. All right, here we go. Here's Mama Buho. Look how beautiful she is. She is pretty much complete. What I need to do with her is figure out her base, and that also means figuring out if this guy is gonna go with her, because look how perfect they look together. Don't you think? Like literally almost the same scale and everything, like Grandma and Grandpa nature. It's minor and fixable. Yeah, you know, I have to say, guys, I've been suffering from some anxiety this past week that I've been trying to walk. I've been trying to do everything to kind of manage it, and it's still like little things will just, you know, make me fuss. That's why we need to paint more. Painting more actually has been shown to like help reduce things like anxiety. Same here. You can't remember pin codes. Yeah, none of that. I can remember. Well, I can remember them, but they'll get flipped around or mixed up. Yeah, you get mixed up left and right as well. Fear. It's so good. I mean, it's so nice to hear other people suffer. It's not that you suffer. It's nice to hear that I'm not the only one. That's what I meant. So look at how great they look together. Let me see what they look like on this. Even that kind of works. Not compositionally, they don't work as well as they do like this. And that's because your eye is being drawn up by the birds. Hungry. Vidiador. Wow. Hello. How are you? Thank you for that follow. Cormac makes you think of Owen from the Iron Druid books. Oh, now I gotta look that up. You tend to not finish sentences before you start your next thought. Yeah, they do make it great. I know the feeling. In fact, you got so stressed you decided to take Thursday and Friday off, which keeps me a 5-day weekend to chill out. So paint bunches. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping to do. I'm gonna spend look at, and you know what? Look at even this rat looking at the birds right about like that. It'll like, I mean, can you imagine being a rat right by a bunch of owls? So, you know what I think? I want to say that these were sculpted by the same person. Let me just look. If we can do exclamation point paint, we can go look at the link. Lucas Pinochet is the one who sculpted this. I see, I set my thing down here. There we go. All right, we're gonna see if he painted these. Or if he sculpted both of these, sorry. Yep, there we go. All right, we're gonna click on Cormac. Who sculpted this? Let's see. He did. These are sculpted by the same person, so it is not surprising at all that they go together. That is so cool. No wonder they're in. So I was looking at the hands and I was like, how? They're so similar. Like he might have some hands that are already ready to go in his sculpting studio, just ready to put on the minis that, I don't know. Okay, now that I know they're both sculpted by Lucas, I'm so excited because I feel like they're meant to go together now. Yeah, he's one of my favorite sculptors. I've got several favorite sculptors that you guys should check out. So Lucas, let me spell it right. Lucas. I think it's like that. Double check. And the Shay. He's one of them. Romain van den Bogaert. That's another one of my favorite sculptors. Let me spell his name right. Oh my God. Romain. I think it's with an E. Van den Bogaert. A-E-R. Wait, A. I did it because like German is usually E-A. He's actually French, I believe, but he's kind of got a Bogaert. I want to say that's right. Sorry with the spelling today. Holy cow. Who is another favorite sculptor of mine? I really like Bombshell minis. They are awesome. Kaha minis is awesome. These are all, I think Kaha is a painter as well. There's a painter and a sculptor, I think, with the share that name. All right. Antonio Pena is the one who did the box art for this. He's another favorite painter of mine. He's great. He's from Spain. Oh, we don't have any, I don't think we have gambling on this channel. Beer. Let me get a drink. Let's see. Put them on a base with the forest scene behind them. Yeah, that's my whole idea. I want to return to my roots, and I'll show you what I'm going to be doing. This was Matt Sexwish's idea. I was in his basing Patreon, and that's Joy of Basing. And that is an amazing Patreon, by the way. I backed it for over a year at the $100 level so I could get one-on-one coaching from him each month. And it really improved my basing because I was really lacking in that area. Anyway, he gifted me this box. So it's like a wooden box, right? Da-da-da-da-da. Let's see if we can make a box. It's been so long since I've drawn anything. There we go. So we've got a box, and it's got like a hinge on it, right? So it kind of opens up. So there's two sides here. From my perspective, it's so bad. Okay, there's like a little hinge in the middle. Anyway, so the idea was to put like a little scene or painting or kind of like with some like 3D scene, so that when you open up the box, that the model is kind of sitting in there, and it's like a hidden surprise, and you can close it, but it also stands on its own, and so it's a whole object of art. And I really love that idea. And so I have the box. I just need to start collecting materials and basing stuff for it so that I can do that. Yeah. You really like Hera models as well? All right, so I wanted to start painting on the front because what's left is the back. We don't have a lot, but obviously the back is going to be a lot more boring than the front. And I'm pretty sure we can get all this done in the same stream. So, you know what? Oh, wow, Keyline Prime! Mad love, mad love. Hi, guys. How is your Friday going? Let's give a shout out to Keyline. And by the way, mods, from now on, let's only give shout outs to people that I actually vocally shout out, which is Keyline. You're the one I'm shouting out right now. And yeah, defend. We need a defend command with some emotes, don't we? Yeah, there you go. Shout out Keyline Prime. Did that work? No, you got to do all the words. Shout out, not SO. I need to change that. Exclamation point. Shout out, all one word. Keyline Prime. There you go. How are you doing, Keyline? We are painting Cormac. He is this beautiful bust. We've got only a little bit left to finish on him today, so if you guys want to stick around, I'm going to be showing you all the details on doing this. You're working on more Gundam? That's awesome. That's so cool. I miss Gundam. Well, we're doing a Shelf of Shame bingo. So basically all we're doing for the next month or so, we're doing all the projects that we have sitting on our shelves, sort of painted. Like I painted the fun parts and then I let it go and I sat it on my shelf, and then it's just, so we're getting all these things done, and it's actually giving me a lot of mojo to get my other painting, going. You've been tempted to send me one of the Infinity busts though? Oh, send me. I want to paint Infinity. Amberden, coming in with a subscribe, still learning new stuff from the class. I know, and you've been subscribing for 10 months? Or 17 months? 17 months. Oh, that's so sweet. Let's do subscribers. Let's see if I can fit this on here. We always like write on the class board, right? Amberden gets his name on the board. Thank you so much, Amberden. Your subscription and your just coming here and following me, it means so much. There you go. It's awesome. You'd love to see, oh, Keyline, send the link to Amberden or Mr. Scott G, or Baddest Turnip is following. Awesome. Welcome, Baddest Turnip. Those Infinity busts are great. Yeah, send that link over to one of my mods, and they will post it for you. And that way I can see it. Yeah, there we go. Let me look at this. Oh, it says, this page does not exist. Please continue to shop on eBay. Oh, no. Huh, what did I miss? Let's see. Oh, it's because it's UK. I'm not signed in. That's not what you linked. Oops. Amberden, that must have been you trying to look through eBay. How funny. There we go. Corvus Belly. Amberden, luckily you didn't paste anything. Oh, that's so cool. Wait, how do I say your name? Archerontia? Archerontia? Monster Morty, thank you for the follow. Welcome. So Key Lime just linked this beautiful Mobile Brigada Squad bust, and if you want to send me that, I'll super paint that. And Mr. Snowiak, the Island Painter. Oh, thank you for that subscription. It says, oh wow, that miniature, what a beautiful sub, baby. Oh, 9-month streak. Mr. Snowiak. The Island Painter. I meant to ask you, Mr. Snowiak, what island are you painting on? Painter. That is such a long name. I think Mr. Snowiak has the record in my channel for longest name. You still have that Tiger Soldier on your wish list? Hi, Mr. Snowiak. Elime says there's a whole bunch. We'll figure it out. I got 90mm Ajax, as I know you've seen it. Keylime, do you want to do a trade? Do you want to do a trade? I'll paint one and you paint one and we'll swap them. That would be cool. Ooh, yeah. I love that idea. That would be fun. Amberden says, I have a suspicion that I have a copy of that bust in your stash of shame. Amberden, it's not a stash of shame. It's a collection. Until you start priming stuff, it doesn't go into the shame bucket. Okay? That absolves you. You just have a collection. A very big one. Here we go. Let me... Thrashing Coyote says, I got my D&D money sculpted that I'm painting today. After that, I had 2 sets of terrain to paint on my shelf shame. Hey, that's pretty good if that's all you have. 2 sets of terrain? Is that like for an entire gaming table, or is that just one game? Is that one terrain board? Because one could be a lot more work than the other. Well, I know which one I want to paint, the Tiger Soldier. Okay, Key Lime. You'll have to send me links to which one. Well, I'll just look and see which one I want to paint for you. A closet of shame. No, there's no closets of shame unless they're all half painted. Okay? I refuse, because otherwise I've got entire studio of shame if that's the case. I can't handle that. Elime says, all right, I'm headed out. All right, you have a good one. Thanks so much for the raid. That was amazing. All right, we're going to paint. We've got Red Grass Game wet palette ready to go. We're going to put some paints on it. I've been using a lot of Pro Acryl paints lately, which I've been really digging. We are sponsored by Creature Caster, and they've been really awesome. I've been really loving these paints. We're also sponsored by Scale 75, and I'll probably use some of those as well. And we're gonna probably use some Citadel inks. We are not sponsored by GW or Citadel, but I like them a lot. On Shoshie's definition, I have a small sandwich of prime shame. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Small sandwich box of prime shame and 2 or 3 crates of my collection, aka investment in future. Aw, that's so sweet. It's 2 terrain sets that my husband bought, 12 parts each. Whew. Well, the nice thing is once you get in a groove with those, you'll finish them right away, right? Fear says a bunch of them are half painted, had to focus issues. Yeah, I do too. Fear, we sound like the same person. Like basically, like I said, I paint the fun parts and then I get distracted, or like I don't paint the back, right? Like I paint the fun parts, This guy needs, so this is what also happens with my minis, is I'll lose parts to them in my black hole of a studio like this, and I'll break things, and that will put a screeching halt. I can't paint a broken mini. It just kills it. And so I've got to fix it. I've got to make a new sword for him before I can continue. He had this little straw hat that I have to find. And I think based on the artwork, let me see this. I need to look at this. He had some little flags too, and he had some little swords. And I have no idea where that stuff is. So this one is going to be challenging, to say the least, because I really have no idea where to put this. And this is some of the nicest non-metallic metal and the gems that I've ever done. So it's a real shame. So at least I can get this built and then finish this piece at least. So we can at least do that. And maybe I'll do them as a giveaway. We'll see. You know? It's a shame studio. Exactly. Amberden, what do you think of the lids on the Creature Caster paints? I don't mind them. I mean, they get a little excess around it, but it's pretty easy to pick off that bit right there, and then when I put it on my wet palette, I'll just wipe the excess after I close it back on the wet palette. So I kind of like them. It does come out a little bit quicker than I'd like. So that's the only downside, but I like them. I think they're okay. I like the fact that they don't ever get clogged. That is a plus. So like these ones, I'll sometimes have to put a pin down in them. I never have to do that with these. You paint the part that makes the model cool, and then you move on to the next. I know, Fear, that's just what I do. If I'm not doing commission, this is what my stuff ends up looking like. All of these half-painted pieces are my own, right? It's so hard for me to finish something that I've started. Yep. All right, so we're gonna start on the back, and that's mainly because it's gonna warm me up, get me going, and then when I get around to the front, I'll be all set and ready. You know what I mean? All right, so I need to look at both sides because they both need to sort of match. I need to look at colors. I'm pretty good at color matching, thank goodness. We've got some fall colors here. And I'm pretty sure that I began his skin color with a darker burgundy, possibly. It looks like I got warmer, and it feels like I may have used a satin skin tone. This I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave I think all of the front is done. So now we just need to work up the back a little bit. And I'm going to use, let's see. Hey, hello dear Uman. Barking Darrow Studio, how are you? Jacob Jansen, I think we have a model of yours to give away at some point. So Jacob Jansen won this model right here, and we need to give it away. I'm not gonna do it today. I didn't set up my bot, but we can do that on maybe Monday's stream. We'll try to do that. Check the lizard tank for parts. Except I never put anything in there, RG Bauer. Oh, and yeah, the lizards probably don't steal them. Yes, give it away. Okay, I will. All right, there's some Canary Yellow. Barking Darrow Studios now following. Thank you so much, Mad Love. All right, that's gonna go over here. We need a little bit of flesh. Yeah, I think I used just the tiniest amount of that. Put some of that on my palette now. And then it looks like, because I'm pretty sure I started this with scale 75, so I'm going to stick with this range rather than try to work out colors with my pro acryls, because I don't want to goof it up. All right, brush. Where's a good brush? Let's see. Here we go. The scale color number 1. Okay. Now the light is coming from right here. Actually, it's coming from just behind him, just a little bit, right? So a lot of this is going to be lit up a lot, and his ear. And this is all in the shadow, right? All of this is the direction right there that I did the zenithal lighting to help me. So I'm going to start with a little bit of this yellow mixed with a little bit of this flesh tone. I've got three colors here that I'm mixing. Oops. I've got this one right here, which is, I think, basic flesh. And then I've got some golden skin and then the Tenere yellow. So I'm going to kind of try to get something in the middle there. There we go. A little bit of yellow. Glaze. I'm going to glaze this. And I'll show you the dilution that we're doing. So let's see. How thick do we want this? We want it to be in this. See, that's pretty light. So I would say that's down here as a heavy glaze. So you can barely see that, but you can see through pretty well. I'd say it's either a light layer or a heavy glaze, which is perfect because that's what we want for over here. We've got our base tones already down. Okay, glasses are off, so if you want to get my attention, just do @Shoshie's Minis. And glaze, glaze, glaze. A little light, so I think what I need to do, I need to get some burgundy or some other color on here. Let's see, I think we've got some Indian shadow, and I think I've got also this one right here. This is awesome. Arbuckle's brown. You guys have seen me use this before. I love it. It's like a really deep burgundy color. It'll also give us kind of that red tone that he's already got in his skin. All right, let's mix that into that. This is also going to give things a satin look as well. RB Tally 3 is now following. Thank you so much, RB Tally. How is your Friday going? I hope well. See, that's perfect. That was the exact right mix. And over the top of that yellow, even more perfect because it kind of blends into that real well. Okay, so we don't want that so magenta. There we go. That was quick. Let's do that again. So there's that. We need that little bit of yellow to wrap around the arm because that sunlight is hitting that. That also gives us a little bit of contrast. A little bit of the black basic flesh now. Ooh, that's too light. I need to, what could I do to make that a little darker? We can mix it with some brown leather and see what that does. That'll give it a little bit of a tan tone. You love the stuff I'm doing. Thank you, RB Tally. I really, really appreciate the feedback. Sometimes it's hard to know what people want to see you stream, right? So you kind of go in and flounder a little bit until you get your feet. All right, there we go. Ooh, that's perfect. See? Sometimes I get really nervous about my color mixing abilities, and then I'm able to like mix something completely guessing, and then I'm like, oh, I guess I'm not as terrible as I thought I was. Do a little bit more colored. See how orangey this part of the skin is compared to everything else? A little bit pink. It's okay. I just want to get everything, have a good coverage. Underneath his hand is still not painted. We need to get that darker color with the reds and the browns. of burgundies. All right, and a little bit of this lighter color again, blending it into it. Sometimes I like to airbrush my base coats for skin because it really just helps me get better coverage. But this one I would say is almost completely hand painted. All right, a little bit of the red needs to go on the ears because there are lots of blood vessels in the ears. I need to make that even more red than it is. There we go. Good, 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 good. Good. What sort of projects does everybody here have in the works? I'd like to see. Don't forget, if you have a tier 3 subscription with me, if you have a project in the works and you want some feedback on it, you can do two things. You can either just automatically, I mean, pretty much anybody, I'll answer anybody's email, but tier 3 subscribers, you're entitled to a free half-hour video coaching. If you want a little extra push or help with a certain project or a certain technique that you want to delve into, please. Not enough people are using their subscriptions, and I'm happy to do that. There we go. See how we lighten that up? I'm going to blend that into the rest of his skin. I need to get my paper towel out. Come on, there we go. There we go. I like to keep a paper towel to control. See, there's a lot of water and paint. You can almost see how watery it is. What I do is I'll blot, and then I'm able to control the water so that it doesn't bleed all over my model. African Shadow, African Shadow is another color. I have that right here. African Shadow, Indian Shadow. Indian Shadow is a little bit more orangey. African Shadow is a little bit more purple. I want this one actually. We can put both of them on the palette if I find my African Shadow. It doesn't look. Nope, it's not equally. Well, it's not able to be found. Okay, I cannot find it. Is that it? Nope. African Shadow is hiding in my studio. Painting for a giant painting a giant for RPG. That's cool. That is very cool. I'm actually going to be, I'm really excited because I found somebody to run advanced Dungeons and Dragons for me, like the one that came after the White Book in 1980, I believe it was, or 80s-ish, late 70s. I'm going to be playing that at Gen Con. I'm so excited. It's been so long since I played that system, that particular rule set. Back when Dwarf was a class, right? Little bitty highlights on the insides of his finger because maybe some of that light's gonna hit it. There we go. Okay, that's better. Some of his little fingernails, I'm going to paint a natural color. That way they still look like fingernails. He doesn't have a lot of fingernails showing. we go. Also, you guys may be interested to know that the tracks that I'm working on for the stream right now with the music producer, they're pretty close to being done. There's like maybe a few more left. All right, do you see this little bit of, there's like almost an orangey look right there? I want that. What could I get that with? I think I actually need to use orange for that, maybe a little bit, or better yet, this darker orange. Here we go, calamari orange. I think I'll use a little bit of that on his skin. Yeah, more music. So the idea behind the new music is that it would be a shuffleable, that's not even a word. A playlist that's able to be shuffled. And that so far I've got 6 tracks for you guys. And my idea is that we're gonna probably put like a bar on the overlays here, and maybe get rid of tip jar or something like that, because I don't get a lot of tips, which is, you know, it's unfortunate, but it's like just a fact. Twitch use a lot more bits these days, so maybe we'll do that, and then have a kind of a goal bar, and then when you guys reach, I think it's what's $300 equals 6 songs. When we reach $300, the chat will get to choose what genre of music you'd like that producer to make again next. And I think that way we have like a whole bunch of different things that we can kind of shuffle through. The first few tracks that we're getting made are kind of chill EDM. They may put you to sleep, but they're going to be really, really relaxing for me to paint to. But I get to pick first, so I'm going to do a little bit of brown on this purple rope here, kind of pulling everything together, right? Uh-oh, got a little bit of paint on his belly. Oh no, if I can get it off. Well, sometimes if you use a little bit rough, yeah, just like that, a little bit rougher brush. This is a little stippling brush that I had from the other day. Oh, nice. I see some. Your group plays 1E and 2E combination. Jacob, I don't know for sure what that is, but if your group would be interested in selling rights, I wouldn't mind hiring you. The only thing is it needs to be like complete, like you can use the songs for your purposes as long as you don't sell the rights to anybody else and I get rights to it, because I need to own the rights to my own music. But I could pay you to make some songs for me, or you could license some songs to me that are just to me. You vote reggae? Lamunas, I don't know if everybody else is. One edition. Oh, your group. I'm so confused. Jacob, I thought you were talking about music. You play 1 and 2? Oh, that's so cool. Now I'm jealous. So he doesn't play a band. He plays in a D&D group. That's what it is. I got completely confused and off track. So funny. Thanks for that, Lamunas. Got me set straight. Ooh. Teviston just has a Myconid that he put on his hobby holder. Is that some sort of War Machine or Warhammer monster that I don't know about? All right, let's see. So we've got some colors up here that we can maybe tie in with Mama Booho. Right now, he doesn't really tie into her. We probably should do we should do the birds the same little blue birds that she's got. She's got 3 little blue birds, and he's got 2 little birds. And so we could do the similar colors birds, and then the little rats can be in the grays, and then of course browns on these little snail shells, and maybe these feathers can be green. I'm not sure now. Or yellow, maybe. If we go green or yellow, that could tie them in a lot better. Myconids, oh, that's those mushroom men. I love those. That's cool. I want a picture, Teviston. See if you can whisper a picture to Enlamuna so I can see it. So he can post it. Amberden says he loved running First Ed. Started back in the day when Games Workshop was one gaming shop in London and UK license for D&D. That's so neat. I remember didn't Games Workshop start out as a role-playing game? Tell me if I'm wrong about that. That sounds like something I remember hearing. All right, we're gonna use a little bit of winter or white sands. We've got some yellow. We're gonna do the back of his hair. Come on, it looks like I'm almost out. I'm almost out of white sands. That's like one of my favorite used colors. Let's see, I might have an equivalent. We could use bright ivory. That's really dang, that's actually almost the exact color. Really close. This has a little smidge more yellow in it. Yeah, that sounds pretty empty, doesn't it? Gotcha. Okay. Oops, now I'm spraying paint everywhere. I shook it and I had it open. That's funny. Okay. So, these paints are probably best used on a dry palette, to be honest, because they're already thinned, right? And so when you start putting them on a wet palette, they get real thin really fast because they start glazing up quite a bit. All right, we're gonna paint. Just paint the whitest parts. I'm gonna add a little bit of flesh tone to it to keep it. See, that looks good with that flesh tone color in it. And a little bit of yellow as well. Oh, it's a Bones mini mushroom guy? Cool. Ooh, that's bright yellow. That's okay. What we can do is have that, I think I had, where did I have this? This color right here is orange leather. I think that is in this, right here in this, orange leather is definitely in this palette. And the reason why I did orange was to complement the blues. All right, Mr. Snowiak, I really appreciate you coming by and hanging out with us. Have a good night. Let's get these little leaves painted to start. That way, once we paint the hair, we won't need to go in and, well, we could just do that. All right. Let's get some darker reds on here as well. So actually, our Trillian is going to be running my game for me at Gen Con. I'm super excited. Just found some more feathers back here from him. Trillian has an amazing, huge game collection. I'm not at all surprised that she had all that in her stash. She had a first ed and second ed books. I have a really awesome collection of the second ed books. Well, I think they're second ed, but it's the advanced D&D books. The first printings of those. I have a signed copy of Monstrous Manual, signed by Gary Gygax. And that I ended up getting in an auction here in my local town for like $30. It was like a crazy good deal. The person who auctioned it wasn't super happy, but I guess no one else wanted it as badly as I did. And I think that they saw that I wanted it, and then they knew that I was just going to bid it up, so they were like, all right, fine. Just let the girl have it. That is already cool as heck. All right, let's do some yellows on there as well. So I think for the yellows we had some Sahara yellow. Oops, there we go. It's almost like a mustard yellow. And we'll just layer that up right on top of some of these leaves here. Vary them. Okay, so the bottom of his beard is very kind of dark colors. I'm gonna give, let's see, some brown. Let's do this. Ooh, that went right on this shirt, didn't it? Got a little bit, we gotta make it lighter. So I just noticed that it goes all the way down here. We're gonna give some burgundy in here as well. This part is in shadow. Spear 1959, thank you so much for that subscription. 16 months, that is crazy awesome. Thank you so much. Let's do subscriptions. We're gonna do some hype. Let's do some hype for Spear. Spear 1959. Amberden, just, let's see, what is this? Oh, cool, the Myconid. That looks awesome. Now, is that a GW model? I don't recognize it, so tell me what company, if it's not from them, that it's from. Yeah. Thanks for that hype, Jacob. Appreciate that. All right, glasses are off again. There's some hair down in here that we got to get painted because it's really kind of in the shadow. And I'm gonna do the same thing over here where it's running into a staff. Okay, I just found something behind his ear that I need to clear up. Let's see. It's just a little piece of flash that kind of blended in. There we go. There, going. All right, get back to the lighter color again. We're gonna mix a little bit of this, a little bit of this. This is ivory mixed with the Sahara yellow. I like that. Actually, that looks fantastic. We're gonna put that on and then we're gonna end up lightening parts of it because he's a blondie, right? But as he's gotten older, his blonde hair has kind of faded but he hasn't cut his hair, so the older parts are a little bit more blonde. That's my story anyway. You guys got your Reaper Bones Kickstarter. That's cool. I bet you now you feel like a lot of pressure to paint stuff, right? Oh, we got another subscriber. Thank you so much. Robosh76. And it is your Twitch Prime. Thank you so much, Robosh. We really do appreciate subscribers here. There's not that many of you. You'd be surprised. So those of you who are in the elite subscriber category, you mean so much to me, and thank you so much. You did not back any of the Reaper Bone. I didn't either because I'm trying to stay away from Kickstarters. Baddest Turnip, I'm really pleased to have found you via Key Lime. Loving what you're doing. Time for bed. All right, Baddest Turnip, I'll be back on Monday from 2:30 to 4:30 GMT -6, so that'll be much earlier for you. So hopefully you'll get to watch me again Monday. All right, have a good night. Sleep well. I'm glad that they found me also. It's always nice to have visitors like Key Lime and You know, we expose each other to each other's audiences. There's some really great streamers on this platform. The other person who I want to give a little shout out to, I don't think they're online right now, so I don't know if shouting out will work or not, but is Wintertide Wolf Studio, who is the whole impetus for this whole project of trying to get all this Shelf of Shame stuff done. He was talking to me at Adepticon about how stressed he was because he had a lot of backlog to try to finish. And I told him, I'm like, well, what, let me think of something I can do to maybe help. I said, why don't we make it a game and, you know, like a bingo, like make it fun, right? Bingo is fun. And so we decided to do this together. And originally we weren't gonna, we hadn't even thought of sharing it with everybody. By the way, do exclamation point bingo so that people can see what I'm talking about. So this bingo card, you can pretty much, I mean, you can come and join us and do your own bingo. You can you can go online and make your own bingo card if you want. There's random generators that you can do that with. Okay, so yeah, that's the perfect color. Okay, that's what I want. Kind of like a flesh colored blonde almost, like. There we go. But yeah, so this bingo, I originally did it to help Winter, and it's actually ended up helping me like tons, which I, you know, was not expecting. I was very happy. My my mojo kind of was a little bit lost during the winter because I get seasonal affective disorder, and I kind of lose all my will to do anything, and even streaming is really difficult for me. Some days I'm not even able to stream. But it's spring now, and I'm walking every day, and yeah. So anyway, this bingo thing, it gave me motivation to get my own stuff done, right? Which I have so much of. All right, we're gonna let that dry a little bit. Sometimes you don't want to go back into stuff you painted over and over again, because then you'll end up removing paint by accident. We don't want to do that. Okay. All right, let me check chat. Oh, there we go. I lost my glasses for a second. Good. So I've got some questions for you guys when we get done with this bingo. What are some things that you would like to see happen in the channel? What would be some things that you'd like? I know we've talked about, somebody wanted me to do another paint along, and I'm happy that we could definitely do that. We could all pick another bust, or I think busts would be easiest because then we don't have to worry about basing so much. We could do some more basing videos. That reminds me, I've got a whole, now that we've got all these minis done, you know what, that's what we should do, don't you think? We've got all these minis that are painted, and now they need basing. And so maybe we could do a basing series. Let me see some, we've got a thumbs up emote, or you can just use, you know, your own emote if you want to. Let me see some emotes if you think a basing series would be interesting to you. You know, that could be interesting, and really, I could show you some of the stuff that I've learned from, I've had many teachers teach me basing. Okay, we got one thumbs up. That's good, and see. Basing series, basing tutorials would be good. Everybody hates basing. I know I do. It's because modeling and basing are like a completely different skill set. And there's really not that many teachers. Not there's not many teachers on Twitch showing how to do basing at all. So I think that could be really good. Am I right? I think that would be fun too. It would certainly be motivating to me because I need to get stuff based. And for the most part, when I do basing, so we've got a number of models. Like this guy, he's kind of already got a base and he's meant for gaming. So I would do, and he's got like a little pool, a puddle in front of him. I'm not sure what I would do. But something like this, we wouldn't do a ton on, but it would give you some ideas. And then like Kingdom Death models, they can get a little bit more based. So gaming models basing versus scenic model basing, right? There's a completely different skill set in each one of those. And I'm gonna take a little bit, ooh, that's a very pretty color. That is a super, I'm gonna poke that down into all the shadows. That kind of pastel, orangey yellow. And I'm going to use a little bit more orange. Whenever you're doing blonde, kind of want to go toward the orange for your shadows. It works out much better, and then you can kind of go up through ochre and end up with the lighter colors on the top. So that's what I'm doing for starters. I'm going to use this. What was the name of it? It was like burnt orange or something like that. Burnt orange leather, that's what it was. Orange leather, because it's kind of brownish. Sounds perfect to me. So much not a paint along as a paint a long time later. Yeah, that's okay too, Spear, right? Yes, this is a judgment model. Robosh, I'm really excited because I'm actually going to be at Gen Con. And I'll be in their booth painting, so anybody at Gen Con can come by the judgment booth and get demo, watch me do a demo and ask questions. And I'll be painting their they've got a new release, a pre-release that they're going to be selling at Gen Con, and then you'll be able to order that, I believe. I think you can order it now, I'm not for sure, but it's a pre-release. It's that. They've got the goblin on the wolf, and I think there's one other one that they're in the works with as well, but I'm not for sure. All right, that I need to get in there with the darker colors. I'm going to use the brown way down at the bottom. All right, am I on cam? There we go. Okay. Now with this, speaking of this brown, there's some little acorns here. I'm just gonna hit those acorns with this brown color. And we'll get the details on those in a minute. I just wanna make sure they get painted. Right at the moment, there's lots of little details on this guy that need make sure I get paint on them. This is that kind of orangey yellow color. Then I'm gonna go through this pastel yellow on top. And lastly, again, this ivory. So I'm wet blending that in. So pretty. He's so well sculpted. So now I'm taking that ivory again and I'm going to just hit the tops of those volumes in the hair a little bit. Let's see, how about a tutorial or two? Yeah. How about for ideas of next paint along at some point, we choose a judgment model to do? Absolutely, Laminus, I love that. That would be a fantastic idea, and I could even get the guys at Judgment, you know, to maybe send me a few things, as well as some, yeah. And in fact, I think the guys at Triptych and I were talking about that as well. So that may be a group thing that a bunch of us do. Not going to Gen Con, way too far. Lucky to leave the house twice a month. Oh, I totally understand. Fingers crossed there will be a video or two. 100%. Yeah, well, so we're going to definitely be painting this one this month. Probably after we get this guy done, we'll start painting this one, at least finishing him. And so you'll get to see this one for sure. And then I do believe I have one more somewhere. I might have two more somewhere, I'm not sure. Trying to decide between Zanya and Svetlana. There's so many good ones. My favorite are the Minotaurs. I really enjoy those. So if those are some that you guys might be interested in painting. Let's see, so I'm gonna do this snail shells. He's got a whole bunch of little, I'm just gonna give it a base coat real quick here of this lighter color. And you'll see why I'm choosing the lighter color to start in a minute, because I'm going to do a wash. It's going to run into all the crevices. It's also going to stain the lighter color and give the snails sort of almost like a shiny texture, which is exactly what I want. Plus this will be real harmonious with the rest of the piece like this. Okay, get the side. There we go. Try not to get too much thick paint all over the place. I can see there's a couple of spots right here and right here that have like little casting bubbles, which we can, I'm gonna stick my blade in there and see if I can make that a little bigger. What I like to do with bubbles is fill them with Bondic and then paint on top of them. Okay, like that. Get all the colors in there. There's so many little bitty crevices. Let me rinse my brush. Just finished Thorgar. Loved painting him. That's cool. Is he one of the Minotaurs? Is he the old guy? Yes, Bondic's life. Base coating Marcus right now, and you have Zeron Bogdan. Oh, the Nestariel in the wings. Oh, very cool. Nestariel, painted her before, ages ago. She was one of the first. Remember that? Oop, we got some goop on the mouse or the rat. We're gonna make him a kind of a gray. I think we're gonna make him a gray rat. So I'll have to cover that up. Let's cover it up with the lighter color for now, just so that I have that taken care of later. You're trying to, yeah. How about, let's see. I'm just making sure I'm not reading too much. Yeah, Teviston likes that idea too. So far, look at that. I need to get a little bit of color up in here. I'm going to use this, again, this kind of neutral yellow. And I see some little, I guess it's like a chunk of dried paint right there. There we go. Now get the ivory. Remember, did you guys see how I painted the skin tone up into his hairline? That way, there's this kind of transparency of being able to kind of see some of his skin like this through his hair. Because sometimes, you know, if you're old and blonde, you're gonna have some of that, right? Let's do a little bit of pink, just a smidge. So that's even more prominent. He's a pretty bald guy, right? That looks good to me. And there is a little I like how his hair is kind of clinging to his staff, and I want to kind of exaggerate that a little bit by bringing that lighter. You'd think that little birds would make nests in his hair, right? Okay, so we've got that neutral yellow over top again. We're going to go back with the ivory. This ivory dries a little bit darker. And we're just feathering this over the top of all of our volumes here. That makes a big difference. Here we go. If you've not seen me paint before or been on this channel before, you'll know that I actually do a lot of teaching, and we treat this this channel like a virtual classroom. So you're encouraged to ask questions. I mean, if you have a question about something you're working on and you want, like, how do I do this, you know, on this one model that I'm working on, I'll stop it in the middle of a lesson oftentimes, or if I have a space on the model I'm working on to demo even, I'll do that for you guys. Okay, see, that makes all of our little volumes just like we've got in his beard. And I'm going to show you guys my secret weapon here. We've got, this is white alchemy. Now, if you can see this, all of the little flakes in the alchemy are kind of laying on the side here, and I need to shake this pretty well to get those mixed in with the medium that's in here, because metallics are different than pigmented paints, because it's actually mica flakes suspended. So what I might try to do, let's set this aside so I don't accidentally get metallic paint on my model. I'm going to open this up eventually. There we go. And I will take an old brush. Here we go. There's one with a small handle. I'm going to see if I can, ooh, I feel it. Oh man, there's a huge chunk of metallic flakes on the side of the bottle. There we go. The more I can loosen up and get stirred in to the medium, the better. I think I did a good job there. There we go. That is so much better. Now I actually have, before it was like all, it was all medium. And I don't think I have a shaker in this one. Most of my other paints have shakers. I don't think I have a shaker in this one. Okay, let me see here. Oh yeah, you can even hear the difference in how it shakes. It doesn't sound so watery. I recommend that with your metallics, you kind of do that every now and then. Open them up and give them a big shake. Look at the difference of how that goes on my finger compared to how it did before. Now this is speed metal. This is white alchemy. Sorry, white alchemy. They also have speed metal, which is more like a silver. I don't have that handy, but I'm going to use a little bit of this white alchemy. If you look at my Mama Booho, I've got it in her hair, and I have a tiny bit on her face, and it just adds an aspect of like aliveness. Okay, so we're going to do that, and I'm going to show you what's going to happen. See how flat his hair is? Hair is not matte. I mean, really old hair could be, but it's also beautiful and silvery. And I want to capture that. So I'm only going to do this on the apex. And I'm going to brush it on as with little brush strokes. So it almost looks like hair. Look at what that did. Can you see that? I don't know if that, let me look and see if that's coming off on camera. Oh, did I just put paint on my face? I did. Ah! Brown paint right on the side of my face. I got a mirror. Okay, I got it off. I often set my glasses down in my palette, which is amusing. Okay. So, do you see that, what that did, that little shimmer right there? Do I add, I usually do add agitators, Amberden, but this time I didn't. Hi, Mr. Human. Where did these minis come from? So Jacob Jansen, you can always do exclamation point paint, and there, the moon has linked it down in the channel. I'm painting Cormac from Black Crow Miniatures. And I bought this from them. What happened? I bought this from them. I did not get sponsored by them. Now I have more paint. I have chunks of paint on my face. Now watch what happens here. Hold on, I'm gonna move my light so you can really see the difference, because I believe, okay, look at this. Okay, I'm gonna get it right in focus right there. And I'm gonna paint my, hold on, I gotta get some more paint on my brush. Okay. Watch this. I'm only painting it on the apex of that bump, right? I don't want it everywhere. I want it on the ridges. Look at how beautiful that looks. It looks like beautiful aged silver hair. I am one of these weirdos that finds the age process, I think old men are just gorgeous. I think old women are gorgeous. I love silver hair. I love wrinkles. The only downside to getting older is you don't have the health that you used to. That's the only bummer. But I think people look better, personally. I really like, look at how much character he has. He's gorgeous. He's lived, you know? Beautiful. I'm going to just put the tiniest smidge of the metallic on his face so I can get a little bit of highlights. Kind of draw your eye into him. Let's put a little bit on his beard here. That was probably a little too much on his face there. Go ahead and glaze it back with the flat paint real quick, so it'll be under, but it won't be right on top. But we're gonna do that on his beard again over here. There we go. I tell my husband, I'm like, you just get better looking as you get older, and he doesn't get it. He just got some glasses for the first time, and I'm totally like, oh my God, you're so cute, you know? I love this. This is, okay, so this is really what he needed. He needed this beautiful silver sheens on his hair right here. See that? Now he's really gonna go with Mama Booho, I think. I love him. And the direction of the lighting is about the same too. In fact, I'd say that it's good that he's kind of turned this direction, because she's sort of, her arm has kind of got him in shadow too. So it works really well. I love it. I mean, has anybody ever made a diorama of busts? I don't know, but I'm going to. Oh, we got lots of chat. Morning. Let's see. Lando, the Arch Magi. How are you? Wisdom. Oh, that's great to hear. Oh, about my husband? Yeah. Yeah, he's awesome. Okay, so see these snail shells right here, how they're really kind of blah at the moment. Let's fill those holes in real quick with Bondic while we have the chance. Let's get the Bondic is live. Good morning, Belos. I'm so glad you could make it again. You've only missed an hour. Well, about an hour and 17 minutes. We started at 4. We're going to end at 7. So we've got 2 more hours, I believe. But you're good. Surviving been a rough day, so I'm positive about older men aging is great. Aww. Yeah, I had a rough morning too, so I totally understand. I'm glad that you could make it to the stream and get some positivity. That's awesome. I just put a little Bondic on these little holes, and then I'm gonna put the light on it. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000. And there's another one over here. I want to cover that hole. Okay, I'm gonna brush it up a little bit. Need an old brush. Let's do this one. Sometimes the Bondic needs to be spread out so that it doesn't make a little bump. Once it cures, it's lit. There we go. That will cover pretty well. I'm just gonna check. I guess snails can have holes in their shells, right? They don't have to be perfect. Yeah, and about aging, like I am so much happier in my 40s than I ever was in my 20s or 30s or before. I think that you care less about what other people, kind of expect from you and that kind of thing. You kind of become more centered in yourself. Actually, I don't know if you guys knew this, but there's a saying that artists don't truly mature. Like the masters didn't mature in their art until they got in their 50s. So there's something to say about, letting that art kind of mellow, right? All right, so I've got Agrex Earthshade right in front of me, and I'm going to put some over these snail shells. With a small hole in its shell, either battle damage or lack of calcium. Yeah. Where do snails get calcium? Probably in the earth and the deposits on the ground, right? Maybe. Let's put, and the reason why I'm using Agrex Earthshade on this is to give that depth in the crevices. And I'm also using it because the formulation of the Citadel washes is really fantastic for going into crevices, but not overly tinting your other stuff. So it's really designed to go down into those recesses, even more so than like Army Painter, strong tones and stuff. Although that works good too. See, that like really gives that some pop already with that contrast. Make sure to get all of them coated. I'm going to do a little bit of Cheaty wash back in here around these feathers and around these bits of hair. I'm trying not to get too much on the actual hair, but around the leaves there needs to be some shadow and some shadow tones as well. And it will kind of help me cover up areas that didn't get paint on them, right? It's kind of a lot of places actually. With how this is sculpted, it's difficult to get into the crevices. All right, that's looking really good. I like that. I'm going to do a little bit more on the shadows here. And then down here into the crook of his arm, put some of that Agrex or shade as well, and a little bit here on that hand. Just so nobody can say you didn't paint this part, right? I do need to get the inside of his sleeves painted on all of them. I'm going to just do a little bit of Agrex or shade over the top of his arm. And what that will do is that will kind of seal that in. Oh, and then a little Agrex on, you know what? Maybe just a smidge on that armband. Now I'm seeing other spots that don't have enough paint on them. Okay. Depending on how this one goes, I may take it to Gen Con with me. Oh, well, I have to do Mama Booho as well, right? Do both of those. But lots of things are happening at Gen Con. I'm supposed to be judging the art, or so the sorry, the miniature painting contest. So I don't know yet if that's gonna work out with my schedule. I'm hoping it will. All right, good, 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 good. Now I use that purple as my base tone, but it's also going to be like my shadow layer. So when I overlay this orange on top of here, it actually looks really good together. There we go. Okay. Slowly but surely. Okay. So that's looking good. It's drying nice. I like how there's a little bit of spot that I missed, didn't I? Hold on a second, let me get that. There we go. Okay. You can get some of the leaf shadow on here as well. So it's all matches. You see how I put that right there by his fingers, so it gives it some depth? It didn't have much depth before. Okay, now see how all that dries. We're going to move on to the feathers and some of the other parts that aren't painted yet while that dries. Let's do the gray mouse, and also let's check chat. Hey, Cement Casual. How are you, beautiful person? My day's going pretty good. It's going way better now. It was earlier. It was iffy because I was just having anxiety. But then my husband and I, we went to like a, what do you call it? Instagram for Business class that was being held in our local community. It's funny because like I probably had more followers on my Instagram than most of the people had in that room combined, because a lot of them were older people who don't really know how to use Instagram for Business. This is Inktense Wood, and I'm going to take this again over the, this is going to add a shininess to the snail shells and hopefully a little warmth as well. So once I got out of the Instagram class, I came home and, oh, look at, see, that is exactly what I wanted, that shininess of a snail shell, right? What, we need to vary the color of them, don't we? So let's add a little bit of ink to one. We're going to add a little bit of a darker brown. There we go. See that? And then I'll add a little bit of orange to some of them. I'll do a little orange on this one. Still has that kind of shiny ink color of the ink, but it's got mixed mixed in there that way. Not too samey. A little yellow maybe. A little bit more yellow. That drives you, immediately that draws your eye back up. I'm not sure I want to do that, so I might have to kill that color a little bit. Maybe put some more in some other spots. It's not too bad. You just gotta be careful. Gotta keep in mind your values, right? Want to get something to eat? All right, thanks so much, Amberden. Let's do another red one. A little bit of ink and a little bit of red. Do that one over here. Okay. And another one down there. I think I want to make this top one a little bit more reddish, right? I'm not so sure. Let's see. Do another orange one. Let's do that one orangish. That way, that kind of, see how that, it still brings attention, but it doesn't completely draw your eye up and distract you completely. Okay, and a little bit more yellowy orange on some of these, or yellowy brown, sorry. Okay, that looks okay. Now, all the leaves are the same colors here, but so I think what we'll do is we'll go a little bit greener on those leaves, and that will tie into Mama Booho's greens that she's got. So what can we do? Let's do a little bit of Ardennis green. That's more of a desaturated green. And she also has some brighter green as well. She's got some of this on her, some Irati green. And let's see. Also, she's got some of the Sherwood green. Now, I'm not for sure, but I think I need to add a little bit of green into his beard if I'm going to do that as well. Otherwise, it's going to look strange. Let's try the darkest green first, because if I can get away with just doing the darkest green, I'm gonna. Okay. Yeah, that looks nice. Still kind of feels, let's put a few down in his beard. See if I can get all of these little bitty ones to be darker green. Ooh, I like that. All these little bitty leaves in his beard are going to be the darker green here. And that I like that because it's not quite so. Look at how druidic he looks now next to Mama Booho. Like he fits with her, doesn't he? because of the oranges and the kind of, yeah, I'm happy with that. What is the blue cloth painted with? Let's see. What did I use? So just to let you know, Joanne, I started this model, gosh, a few months ago. So let's see. Might not be able to find all the colors that I used. I think I used a little Arctic blue, a little, yeah, a little bit of Adriatic blue, and I think I also used some Tanneri yellow, and maybe a little bit of, did I use any purples? I did not. I think I used these three colors. Oops, sorry, let me pull that down. That's what I think I used, but it's been so long, I don't know for sure. When we get to the back, we'll start painting those again. But thank you for asking. You know what, let's work it out and see, because I feel like there's one other color that might be missing. What else? This one? Yeah, that might be it. It's Caspian blue. Let's try Caspian blue on its own. See what color that turns out to be. I think it was Caspian with something else, because it's awfully saturated. Because look at this. Ooh, it's pretty close to that. Let's mix a little bit of this Arctic blue with the Caspian blue and see. Yeah, that's probably it right there. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that's pretty dang close, isn't it? A little bit brighter, so maybe I'll add some, maybe a little bit of something desaturated got mixed in with that. What could it be? Let's try a little gray. Let's try some this is the graphite gray. Yeah, that might be it. That might be it. Let's try this. Yep, that's it. There we go. Graphite gray. A little bit of the Arctic blue and a little bit of Caspian blue. A little bit of mix of all of that. That was his slogan. I needed to mix that anyway, so thank you for that, because that helped me get the right shade. Geckos, yeah, the geckos are in the tank, and I can actually show you one because one of them is sleeping here. One of them is sleeping right here under this cork flat, and so I can show her to you. I'm pretty sure that Ginger Biscuit is under there. I want to see some gecko emotes. If you want to see her, we can show you guys. Since I got this new setup, the geckos have been I think they've been really happy with it. There we go. We're gonna make that darker. There we go. There's some gecko modes. Thank you, Jacob. We'll get her shown now. I had a little purple. It might have been the other color that might have been mixed in with this. There we go. Hey, Damo. You ready to see some geckos, Damo? We just got requests to see them, or at least one of them. One of them is in a place in the tank where I can actually get to her, so I'm gonna get her out and show her to you guys. Ginger Biscuit is her name. All right, let me just finish this part of his sleeve, which I didn't actually have done before. There we go. I like that kind of brighter blue now. All right, let's see the geckos. All right. There's a bunch of things up here. This is the heat lamp right here. This is their other, let's see, this is their daylight bulb. There we go. That thing gets real hot, so I want to put that down there. I like this tank a lot because I can open my doors from the side and I don't have to tear anything up to get geckos out. Ooh, scared her. You scared her. Come here, baby. Got some leaves with you, huh? Here she is. Here's the baby. She's so cute. Did you see her blep? Let's do an overhead. She just shed like I think a day or two ago, so she looks, this is her beautiful coloring. You want to sit down here? There you go. Move that out of the way. She's like trying to keep one foot on me at all costs. It's so funny. There's a baby. Yeah, they're really sweet. She's got the best temperament. Like, sometimes I forget that they're lizards, right? Because it's just got such a sweet temperament. There you go. Painting with Ginger Biscuit. Yeah, she is gorgeous. She is a amelanistic. Here, let me show her to you one more time. There you go. She's amelanistic. So that means she has pigment, but it's very kind of faded, right? And she's not true albino, but they don't so much have true albino fat tails. This is an African fat tail gecko, and they usually are a brown and beige kind of striped, where she has kind of like peach and like even lighter peach stripe, and then she also has a stripe down her back too. That's another trait. So she's just a big sweetie. All right, I'm gonna put her back. Ginger Biscuit cannot paint. She's a horrible painter. She likes that spot because that's the warm side of the tank. And let me see if Peppercorn is reachable. I don't think she is. She's usually in this middle fork tube. She kind of burrows down underneath. She's either getting ready to shed or has just shed. She's a little bit more cranky than Ginger Biscuit is. Bong. Here we go. Got to turn that back on so they have a proper photo. Actually, it's past 5, so we can leave that off now. We'll turn that off and we will put on their heat dealy. There we go. So I usually turn the lights off about 5 o'clock. Give them sort of a, so what the Peppercorn may come out, and she may, let me do over face. Peppercorn may come out and go over here, because she usually does when I turn off the lights, because that's her time to, she realizes she has to move over to the warm side. So we have a gecko in Australia that squeals when frightened. These guys, they do too. They kind of make a little chirp. What else? They kind of almost like a little hiss, like a. It's so funny. You sense a theme with the gecko names. At least you don't eat them. Right. No, because they're. I think, why did I make them food names? Probably just because they're so cute. You want to eat them up, right? All right. Let's see. So let's do some different colored. Let's do a purple. This is a purple game ink, and I'm gonna do a little. I want to do more warm colors here. This one is blazing ink. That might be too strong for what I'm trying to do, so I can. Let's do a little bit of Lamenter's yellow. Okay, that might be enough. Oh, one more that's kind of reddish. Let's do Carrollsburg Crimson. That'll be pretty, actually. Let's see what happens. I can experiment on these little snail shells. Ooh, yeah, that's very pretty. I like that a lot. Let's do this one back here with that color. And this one back here with that color. That looks great. We're tinting the shells now with the washes. And this is the yellow, I think. Yeah, that looks actually really good. Kind of add some pop to those little yellow ones that I have on there. Good. Okay. Now everything's not so brown. What's next? This blazing orange. Pink. We'll do that one. Yeah. And this one. This might be too orange, maybe. Do that one as well. Now this last one is purple. I'm going to do this one real sparingly on all the tiny ones. Ooh, it's nice and dark too. Just enough. Okay, I think that's pretty good. We need to go back in with that green though, don't we? You keep ants on your studio table so you can watch them while painting? Oh my gosh, are they Australian ants? That sounds scary. When my husband and I were in Australia, my husband, like, I don't know if he stood on an anthill or what, but he basically, we were in the car and he had ants crawling on him, and I got freaked out because there was a ton. And we realized he had stood on an anthill or something in Australia, and that was my first encounter with wildlife right up close. And I just I've heard stories about the different ants that will like pretty much hurt like heck forever. Okay, that was a little piece of leather that I wanted to paint. He's got some little beads on his wrist. I'm gonna do those in the bright green to attract attention and again tie him into Mama Booho. We're gonna use this Sherwood green again. Okay, and then that bright green, where is that? This one is Irati green. I need to shake that better. There we go. Oh, the glaze looks like something that needs adding to your collection. Yeah, oh yeah, these are the Citadel, all these glazes are the Citadel inks mostly, except for the game ink. I buy all of Citadel's shades. I rebottle them because they come in these pots, but they spill really easily and I don't like the pots. So I rebottle them in this. And then they last forever. And they really are super for so many things. Oh, you have jumping jacks, which are responsible for some deaths in Tasmania. Oh my gosh, that's so scary. Why are you having those in your studio? Are those in your studio, or are you just saying that you have them in your area? That's crazy. All right, before I put the green on, I'm gonna see about putting a little bit of ivory on the beads first so they'll be able to absorb the color without the undercoat color blending in too much. It's got red on it already. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to use some of that ink again over here. And I'm going to cover that leather strap that he's got on his arm. I like inks as opposed to washes for leather to give them sort of a little bit of a shiny, it already looks good, and we're going to get some lighter browns on top of that. All right, we've got that. A little bit of green, a little bit of green. So let's do that bright erotic green here. That didn't even show up. You can't see it. There, that's much better. Now you can do, ooh, look at what I just did. That's what I get for not wearing my glasses. Artemix or Misk. You have the Weight Watcher one, but you love it, but that orange one looks great. Oh yeah, the orange one. The orange one, what am I thinking? Oh. I guess I don't know what you mean, Artemis. Which orange one? The wash? Willow says they're in a formicarium and ant home. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's so cool. Do you ever, so Bullos, you should watch, there's a YouTube channel I love. It's so funny because I don't keep ants. I would not probably keep ants, but it's called Ants Canada. And it's like its own reality show with ants. It's so interesting. And he does such a great job at like making things interesting. And then right before things get super interesting and intense, he cuts to commercial. Like he knows how to keep people like tuned in. You use the Agrex Earthshade for your leathers. Yes. Yeah, try ink because that will actually dry. See how that dried shiny? And then when we go back in and put the leather on top, it will look really realistic. Let's do some more. Oh, greens. There we go. Yeah, it's gonna be better. Let's do a little bit of this lighter green on this one. It's better. Yeah, I like that. Let's do erotic green on this leaf. Very pretty. And we're putting these little bits of green in here to pull those together. Look at that. That's looking good. And we might even do a purple feather and a green feather up here to also, let's see what happens when I do that. Let's make that lighter. Yeah, I like that feather. I wonder what Lucas will say when he sees these together. I wonder what he'll think, because one was by his own company and one was for there we go. Do a few back here. Oh, he's got 2 more feathers too. Let's do the big one. The big one is purple and the little one is green. Make that a little bit more The roddy green. It's a little bit more bright. Okay, now we need the purple that I was using, which is this one, Sunset Purple. All right, I'm gonna check your, everybody's talking. Let's see. Nice. It feels like you're oiling up the leather instead of painting it almost. Yes, exactly. And watch what happens when I go. So now I've got this orange leather color, right? And it's a flat paint. But we can go in here now and we can kind of pick out and we can weather it a little bit, right? And I actually need a little bit of pastel yellow on this, just a smidge, because when leather starts getting worn out, right, it just starts getting like that. Okay. You can do a few fine scratches, maybe. Oops. Do a little bit more here. Let me hold that still for you guys. I'm just kind of touching this. I'm not trying to paint it. I'm just kind of going to capture that depth. And if I need to, I can go back in with my ink again, right? Because now we've got, watch what happens when I use the bright yellow. Watch this. I'm going to do, okay. I got to get hair out of my face. Let's do a little stipple pattern with the yellow. Right? It almost looks like he's got a piece of wood, which it very well may be. It might not even be leather. It could be wood that's over here. I'm putting the yellow on here. It looks weird right now, but wait just a second and I'll show you what's going to happen. Get that bright as possible. I even use a little smidge of ivory. Watch what we do. Boop, 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 boop. I got the ivory on there a little bit. Okay, so I got all that on now. If I take another little bit of the ink or the wash or whatever I've got, I can go back over that. See that? And I glaze it and get another tone. And then get one more, actually like that. I might leave that. I might actually add a little bit of straight up orange to this, see what happens. Yeah, that might be a little too orangey. Let's try the orange leather color. Yeah, that's better. Aw, thank you for that follow. Number one bag, is that what it is? Is that what you wanted me to say? There we go. I'll let my mods decide whether you can stay. All right, I'm going to take this red color here and put that on his ponytail holder with a little bit of the Sunset Purple too. Got a couple ponytail holders. Pigtail, braid, what you call it. Okay, and then with this red, I'll go ahead and put this red on top here. And I'm going to highlight with the purple so it won't be so purple either. Same thing with this one. Okay, one more. So it's kind of dark right now. When we get that purple in there he's gonna match so much better with Mama Booho. That actually looks really pretty with those colors. That kind of reddish color. And I see a little piece of dried paint or something right there. Okay. Purple. It's purple time. All right, here's the purple. Sunset purple. Okay. Oh, thank you for deleting a message, guys. All right, here's the purple. There we go. We've already got that red on there. Now, look at him now. Look at that. I love it. And once we add the little birds too, that'll make a big difference as well. I think I will make, so I feel like this bird should be like a thrush or something. I'm not really sure. This bird will definitely be the same blue, the bluebird color. Let's see, make some purples. So now here's another place where I need to add a lighter color on top. And then I'll put the, see that? You can, this is what I'm using, the Canary Yellow. Oh, I like that. That gives it a very strong feather feel. Watch what'll happen though. See that? Okay, now that is where I put my like highlights basically. Now when I go in, put my purple on top, it will look a lot more striking, I think. And again, make it look like it's got some texture to it as well. I like that a lot. Now the spine of the bird feather needs a highlight of some kind, so I'm going to see if I can make a highlight for that. Oh, that's really pretty. Like that. They look good. Oh, thank you, Old Man Logan. I'm so glad you like them. What ink color did I use on the leather? So I believe I used this one. It's Inktense Wood. You can also use the Inktense Leather. This one is, the Inktense Wood is a little bit more like a sepia. Like if these two are really close, right? And also there's another one that if you can, so because like there's different ones, right? Let's see, where's this one? This one is Caspian Flesh Wash. These are, oh no, that one's a little bit more, let me look at that. Some are Yeah, that's the one. Let's just do a test. I'm really curious. So this is Caspian Flesh Wash. You can see the more yellow tones in it. Now this one does have a little bit of medium in it, so it will go down into your, this is the Inktense wood. And you can see, ooh, see how Inktense, right? It's the same, but it's a lot less diluted. So you need a whole lot less. And then this one is the Game Ink Sepia. This one's a true ink. So is the second one. Okay, so there, that one has a lot more green in it, but they're all kind of vaguely similar, right? That one has a lot of green in it. Totally different. That's why I buy them all. Yeah, I love brown inks. I use brown inks all the time. This one is Skin Wash. I use this constantly. Look at that. That's it's almost a paint. It's so pigmented. That's like all the game inks I just love. They're really pigmented. Where's some more? Flesh Wash is more of a, this one is more of a red. Flesh Wash is redder. Yeah, it's very thick, I agree. I need to clean that one out. And that's similar to the other, because they're both the same. Skin Wash versus Skin Flesh Shade, right? They're very similar. And then let's see what Agraxar's shade looks like. Oh, this is Seraphim Sepia. This one will go on the top. Seraphim Sepias, and Sepias are yellow, right? Oh, look at that one. Is that the same? Did I get the same one? I probably did. Is that Seraphim Sepia in the first one? I don't remember now. And then this is the old school Flesh Wash ink that I covet. That, by the way, if anybody has this and is willing to part with it, contact me. I'd be willing to trade painting for this potentially, because I love this stuff. This formulation is, and it's disappearing off the planet because they don't make it anymore. But I love Flesh Wash from the old Hex Pot. Or this, yeah, this is Flesh Wash from the old Hex Pot. Check this out. Look at how pigmented that is. Woo! It's almost, actually those are really close. That's so that's why one reason why I like the scale color inks is because they are very similar to the old Citadel inks as well. Do I just mess with the textures? You're trying Armageddon Dust to see what you think? Yeah, just try different things. If you want to practice on another model, that's sometimes what I do, you know. So yeah, that's probably what I just want to keep that the way it is. Let's see. Let's do some texturing on the feather. I'm going to mix some yellow with some green. Some more yellow. Let's just do straight yellow onto the green. Let's see what happens. Ooh, I like that. And let's do the feathers. You wouldn't actually be able to see this much detail, but a little bit of texturing goes a long way. And we'll make the bottom half that much more vivid. Okay. Do a little brighter yellow. I like that. That's really pretty. See what happens when I touch the edge of this feather with my yellow. See, the purple and the yellow are opposites on the color wheel, and so that really kind of helps pop that feather a lot. I like that. Might be too much detail because he's a simple model. Aw, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome, Ebb and Flow 386. Appreciate your follow. Let's do some more of this purple. Let's see what happens on this. Ugh. It's one of those things where, like, I basically covered up all of the work that I just did. That's okay. It's good enough. Let's do a little smidge of shading down in here. That's good. Yeah, they look really good together. They don't look bad apart either, though. I want him to look just as put together. Oh, we got another follower. Thank you so much. Artemis, welcome. So glad to have you here. I love the fact that you ask me questions, too, because I love teaching, and that's one of the big reasons why I'm on Twitch, is to teach. But since you haven't been a follower, you may not know that this is a teaching stream. So my whole objective is to, treat it, it's like a classroom. Okay. Do a little bit more on the back here with this. There we go. Oh man, I gotta get the front the same as the back. That means I need to go back to my yellow. Okay, we got it, almost. Gotta go more yellow. That's better. Get those edges. Much, much better. Okay. We gotta go back to those leaves. Let's see if we can paint some of those. I'm gonna have all different colors of leaves on here. I should probably include the yellow and the green, the yellow and the orange leaves up here as well, but I've got the orange snail shell, so I think I'll leave that alone then. Do the roddy green up here. And don't forget all of these little baby green leaves in his hair. And when it says coat to arms chestnut ink is supposed to be comparable. Oh, I need to get some. You're right. I've heard that too. Looks like he's getting ready to say, follow me to Tristram. What's that from? I don't think I recognize that quote. Follow me to Tristram. Diablo reference. Oh. Haha, that's awesome. Is there a druid in Diablo where he's like, follow me to Tristram? All these little bitty baby leaves, I want to be green. Oh no. nose. I got something in his hair. Let's see if I can paint back over it with the ivory and then the... There we go. Good. That's what I like about paint. It covers. Alright, so now I'm going back over all the hair that's down here. And again, I'm hitting the apex. Now, again, with this is a braid, we're gonna only hit the apex of that. Give the depth. On both sides here. Paint each little piece separately. Each piece gets its own little highlight. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. See that? And then over here, we've got some highlights to do. Think about hair like non-metallic metal, and you're gonna paint it in chunks. And that's actually one of the reasons why I kind of like his sculpting style, because he doesn't sculpt every little bitty hair and make like a mess of like lines and stuff. I really like that about Lucas's style. Kind of more interpretive. Last bit, let me do a little yellow on that little piece right here. Remember, his lower hair is a smidge more yellow because that's the older hair that was blonde in his golden years, in his early years. Like that. So pretty. Now, before, like I said before, we used some of this metallic paint. We're going to do that especially on this braid, on the tops of the braid for sure, and then down here on the other bends of the hair to give it some silver sheen. There we go. So nice. Oh, I'm so excited about taking pictures of him. He needs like his own 360, doesn't he? He's so pretty on all sides. Look at that. He's more warm and she's a little bit more cool, but they both go together so nice. Let's put them together like that. All right. So I'm going to tell you guys that I am going to finish this guy. It may or may not be on stream, but I'm going to finish him tonight no matter what, because I'm on a roll. Let's get this little gray mousy rat, whatever he is. Cute as a button rodent. How's that? Give me 1 second and I will check chat. Gonna add a little bit of, oh. So this is wet blending, so I can get some of my volumes really fast. Just adding some ivory already to the apex of things, and see that? It's wet blended right in. You can kind of tap it. I like that. He's so cute. All right, let me check chat. Yeah, they do look a lot alike. Deckard Cain reference, probably, yeah. He's he does look like Deckard Cain. Kind of creepy. She reminds me of the witch that you get when the candy house and once you eat for dinner. Hi, Jimmy. Yeah, actually, Mama Booho is kind of based off of Baba Yaga. And so, look at them. They're just so cool together. That I'm definitely going to have to take a picture of them together. They're so beautiful. I'm just so happy with how they're turning out. Uh-oh, she's a little bit loose. Jimmy, how are you? Is it late morning or is it mid-morning? It's 6 p.m. here, 6:17. What time is it where you are, Jimmy? Are you? I can't remember if you're in Perth. I think you should do a dual plinth. I explained how I'm going to do this box, kind of like a shadow box, Limunis, and I'm going to have them both in here. I think I'll have it so you can remove them at 7:18 a.m. And you're on West Coast? That would make sense. So Fridays are the best times for Australians to catch me on Saturday morning. Maybe not so much for West Coast, but East Coast, sure. Okay. So this purple is a lot more. I'm gonna go back in here. Yeah, Perth. Okay, that's what I thought. Here we go. I think I want to keep that. I don't know. I'm gonna mess with that feather a little bit. It just wasn't stinging to me at that time. Let's see. Right. Do a little bit of yellow, a little bit of peach here. A little bit of highlighting on the shells and all of them here. Okay, greens. We need to go back to the greens. Sometimes I lose my place, right? There we go. There's some greens. We talked about how we're doing all little baby ones. There we go. Let's do the acorns. Now for the acorn cap, I'm going to leave the rest of the acorn. I'm just going to paint the cap a lighter color. There we go. That's perfect. Sweet. And I'll put some of that ink right on the acorn because acorns are a little bit shiny, right? That's good. Purple on the ponytail holder. And get that one a little bit purple as well. I really need to look at this because that's almost pink. Hold on, I just realized it's almost a pink color. Where's my pinks? Do this fuchsia and see if that changes things. Awesome, I've got all my Aussies here today. That's perfect. Fridays are the best times for Aussies to catch me because now I'm in a later stream time. West Coasties and Aussies can catch me. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Pink and green really looks good together too. See, like that? There we go. Now they're starting to. I was struggling with my purple and I couldn't figure out why. Because it wasn't purple, it was the fuchsia with a purple undertone. Here we go. Like it. Do one of these beads. Let's do this bead bright pink as well. Like that. That's awesome. Okay, let's take a look at those together a little bit. Okay, it's bright. It's a little bit too bright. I can tone it down with the purple a little bit again. Do a little bit of glaze. There we go. See? Boom, boom, boom. Do a little bit of orange on that bracelet. I like it. Okay. Now I'm doing all my little touch-ups, right? I'm just gonna give him, I'm gonna mix a little bit of that, let's do a little bit in his head right here, just to give him, again, that aliveness that Mama Booho has. Might be too shiny. Let's see how she looks. Yeah, I think it's a little bit much. Let's see. Just that smidge of that bright, shiny kind of opalescence. And then you glaze back with a little bit of the skin tone. And it looks like real skin, and like it's like the oils in the skin. It may be too subtle to show up on camera. Hopefully, let me see if you guys can see that at all. Yeah, you can kind of see it a little bit here. Oh, you can see it on the forehead real nice. Yeah, see how that shimmers? What square? Oh goodness. Good question. Let's look at it, because I'm totally not sure. Okay, hold on. Hold on one second. All right. Okay, bingo. Let me check. I knew I was forgetting something, and I think I even deleted my bingo off my thing. I did. Here it is, bingo, shelf of shame bingo. Well, paint a model in 48 hours. That's not it, because we didn't have the model started. Paint a model released between January 2017 and December 19. That works. We could do that one. Let's do that one. Because it was released between 2017, I think. Now I have to look. Cormac. Oh, how would I know? Let's look at the box art real quick. 2014 with the website. I'm pretty sure this came out between 2017 and 2019. I'm not 100%, but I think so. So we'll just If that's not the one, if it's not that one, we'll pick another one. How's that? All right, let's paint this bird. Kind of ready. Actually, let's do this. A little bit of highlights up here. Just a smidge, because everything was looking kind of go. That looks good. I do still like the feathers on the sides of the feathers to be a little bit highlighted. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. Let's do a little bit of good, good, good. I'm loving his hair back here. It is rare for me to be very happy with both the entire front and the entire back of the mini. Like even Mama Booho, the back is kind of blah, right? But look at how beautiful his hair is. I love this little Easter egg bird back here. I'm gonna paint the light part of that, and then I'm gonna make these acorns just a smidge highlighted with the orange. This orange. Good, good, good. And again with the light ivory, get this last bit of ponytail. Okay. And then the fuchsia and the purple and the fuchsia and the purple and boom, 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 boom. I like that. I like that. Okay. Not bad, not bad. We need to do some more, a little bit more green back here, because things are looking not quite real to me. There's these little, let's do these little bitty leaves, much brighter green. There. All right, that looks good. Now we just have to paint the little mousy and the birds. Okay, I need to make the eye kind of a beady black, so I'm going to use an ink. I'm going to use a black ink, so that way I can just skip the whole, because the ink will dry shiny. Hold on, let me get my black ink out. It is time for a stretch. It's way overdue time for a stretch, isn't it? Let's put some black ink in my thing here. Hold on, we got all kinds of smuts on top of the bottle. Yeah, everybody, let's get up and do a stretch. It's time, because it is 6:30. We got a half an hour left. Yeah, Twitch has been weird lately. I don't know why. Everybody take a stretch. Push your shoulders together and give yourself a hug. Stretch out those back muscles. Look like far away, and then like look close and then far away. Kind of stretch out your eyeballs. Take a drink of water. We're doing so good. I'm so happy with this bingo project. I feel like there needs to be a little bit blue in that. Okay, take a peek. Let's look at this. Let's look at this. I feel like there needs to be some kind of, maybe the blue that's in his outfit needs to be on the feather as well. Let me try that. Something is just missing from the feather. I'm not sure what. It's kind of cool. No, I'm still not getting it. What is wrong? Let's put him next to her again. Let me try. See, this is what we do. We try and we try and we try, and then we finally get something. Happy accident needs to happen so that we're happy. Let's try this blue. Maybe. It's definitely interesting. I kind of like that. Okay, let's do that. Okay. Kind of like that. What do you think? They go together, don't they? Okay. Let me check chat. See my name. How high is my desk? So, okay, take a look here. Face. I'm sitting in a like a bar stool style. It's like a bar stool style office chair, and then when I stand up, there. So my desk is right. It's like let's see. So there's my desk. If that gives you kind of an idea. So it's not very. It's pretty tall. So I could actually stand and work if I wanted to. I'm pretty short though. I'm 5'1". So I think, I can't remember the distance from, do I have a tape measure on the top of my, I don't have a tape measure handy, or I would totally measure it. But yeah, why do you ask? That is a really interesting question. Watching the Mama Booho bus has reminded me something. Have you backed the new bus sculpts by Lucas P? No, I didn't. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Rainer. Wow, thank you for that subscription. How have you been? Rainer is one of my triptych brothers, guys. Give him a shout out. Let me spell it right first. Reiner 72. Yeah. Hype. Seems like you can't stretch your legs out and scrunched at your desk. It's a computer desk. Oh. Wait, I missed a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, no problem, Jacob. The hair looks like it's getting to remove in the wind. Yeah, I like that part a lot. Watching, okay, let's see. Need more orange in his skin? Let me look, maybe. He definitely has some different skin tones than her. I don't think he needs more orange, maybe. Well, tell me why you think he needs more orange. Is it to make him go with her? Because I don't want them to have the same skin tones. But if you have a good reason, I will consider it. You think the busts are even better? Well, the thing about box art is that, we were talking about this the other day, is that box art often needs to be like a slightly lower quality, because it actually helps people think about how they could make it better. right? And if everybody made amazing box art, it would not be too inspiring. Does that make sense? Little birdie on his head. Okay. Those wings. Hold on, I gotta take glasses off again. This is detail work, folks. Detailing. All right, and I need that fuchsia. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I think I used it on this. That's purple. That's okay. There's a bit of bird. There's a little bit of bondic on the top of his head that I somehow have to try to cover. There we go. That works. There we go. And we're gonna do, let's see what I did the beaks of these guys with more of a white. Let's see, I'll make it a gray. Yeah, that doesn't look good. The yellow doesn't look good, so we're gonna go gray. And after that, what I can do is do highlights of white. And if we were gonna get out that black ink, we didn't get a chance to get the black ink out. Oh, whoa, who painted that brain on a, who painted that brain thing? Is that Rainer's? All purples and greens, that's why I'm saying that. Did I miss something? Who sent that link? Tell me who sent it, that's awesome. Watching with your 4-year-old grandson, and he said the look, oh, it looks like his nanny. Yeah, I think she looks like everybody's nanny a little bit. That's kind of why I love her. She has kind of a, I don't know, universal grandma feel to me. Very nice. Hey, Trillion, look at these together. Aren't they cool? We need to work on this feather. It's driving me crazy. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna paint this feather. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna paint it gray because it's driving me nuts. And I'll figure something out later. I need to neutralize it at the moment because otherwise it's gonna distract me for the rest of the stream. Actually, that gray doesn't bother me either. Maybe once we get this bird painted, because I'm gonna do this bird gray with browns. Get him all painted up. He's got a little booty hole. It's so funny. I love the detail in the models. I didn't, okay, so somebody asked me earlier if I backed his Lucas Pina's what was it, the sheep, and I didn't. I have only been buying models that absolutely capture my attention. And they have to really, really sell me or I won't get them because I have so many models, right? So many. I like that pretty color here. Do some browns on the back. I want him to kind of match that, not match the owls, but I want him to like blend in with the owls. Get some gray on those wings. Cute as a button. Okay. I think we'll go slightly more blue again. There we go. See that? He's got another little bluebird squawking him on his finger. Brown underneath sort of desaturates the blue so it's not crazy distracting, right? And then we got to go back in with that little bit of magenta. This is the ivory that I said I was going to put on the bird's beak a little bit. There we go. I love that. Ooh, we never did the ink. I keep forgetting the ink. Pleewit, how are you? So, wait, I missed a whole bunch of chat. Wait, let me go back up. I missed a bunch. Oh, the brain, yeah. Those are from, oh, okay, the brain is from Artemis. Awesome. Yeah, you wanted to see why you, oh, that makes sense. That yellow glaze will look good with that. Yeah, they are complementary, Torelli, and I'm happy. Getting to the point with STL files. Forgive me, I don't know what a STL file is. I'm a not techie nerd. Never have too many models. Oh, yes, you can. You definitely can. Okay, this guy got plugged, so I need to find a pin to put in it. Here we go. Here's a pin. Oh, pinch myself. There we go. Oh, and Tleewit says, oh, Darth Mullinex is talking about all the, okay, now I know what STL files is. When you say Darth Mullinex, then I know exactly. I forgot to look at the name. Tleewit says, so my idiot self filed off the connection points on your second mini thinking they were fill points. Any suggestions on how to attach them securely without killing the paint you've already put down? Ooh, I think put some gloves on so the oils of your fingers aren't on the paint. And then maybe pin them or Bondic. Bondic is life. And it will, so you can bond things together. It's not a glue, so you'll want to reinforce it with super glue like first. Do the super glue first and then reinforce it with the Bondic. And hopefully you can get some of this fairly easily. I'm not sure. Hopefully you're not in Australia or Canada. Actually, Canada, it's a Canadian product. It's super easy to get. But if you harder to get in Australia. Drax, look, you caught me because I changed my times so that West Coasties can catch me. 3D printer files. Oh, yes. No, I don't like painting on them. I think the technology is not quite there for me yet. Yes, I'm sorry. Right, this is the ink. We're gonna give everybody little black birdie eyes. Or little black. There we go. All right, and this birdie gets a little bitty eye. I think they're awesome to, for people who like them, right? Because then you can get them, whenever you want. You can get a million of them, like you said. good enough for now. Let's get this one eye up here. Okay. Whew, my husband just sneezed so loud. He scared me from downstairs. Whoa. All right. That gray didn't go very gray. It's bluish, but it's okay. I think I'll live with it. Finish cleaning up all the little spots I don't want on here. There we go. Okay, a little more blue on this bird. And I need to match this blue because this is a different blue, I believe. I need to go in there. This is the blue that I was needing to use. This one is Tesla blue. It's a completely different color. It's a way more purpley, almost like ultramarine blue. There we go. I'm gonna wet blend that into the existing blue that I've got on there. That's good, and then they'll put the Tesla up here as well. Good. Kind of like the bluebirds have taken over. They're so cute. And bluebirds do sort of have a gray, I believe they have a gray beak. Give them a little rosy cheeks. Barely reach those. Cute, cute, cute. A little bit of ivory for his belly. Bear with me, I'm going to check chat again in a second. Go. So for those of you guys who are just now tuning in, I've recently changed my stream times to be 4 to 7 p.m. Central, GMT -6. So it's going to be a lot easier for people in Australia and in the West Coast to catch me because I'm streaming at a much more convenient time, hopefully, for them. You know, for Australia, I'm like Saturday morning, pretty early still, but at least I wasn't in the, you know, booty crack of morning at least not too much. There we go. This bird is leaning just a smidge. Now I'm going to give him the little highlight on his beak. And let me look at these birds real quick here. Okay, good. I did a little tiny highlight dot on their eyes. All right, I gotta check chat. Bondic, you have got it. After watching the first video of yours, also the works from the blinds broken by the cats. Oh, that's awesome. You fixed your blinds. That's awesome. You'll make me change my mind. Okay, Luminous. I can take that. I'll take that. Brilliant says you're so happy right now. Darkstar just confirmed that you can get your bases made and shipped in time for Gen Con. Ooh, that's great. Okay, we're gonna paint a tiny little eyeball sparkle on both sides. Gotta be on the same side for both. There we go. That looks awesome. And we'll do it for this little mousy. And this side. And the birdie. Gonna get his booty britches painted here. There we go. Do a lighter blue on that. That's cute. A little blue highlight on the wings. This bird is leaning a little bit. It's probably because I had to. He's just leaning a little bit. I don't think it's a sculpt. Okay, we're gonna do this. Good. Do a little bit of lighter pink for that, for his little cheeks. Kind of like Snow White. Almost. He's gonna be able to talk to the birdies. I need to adjust that a little bit. It looks like I got a little too light, just a little bit. Better. I'm glazing in that purple so it's not so bright pink. Oh, I like that a lot. I didn't get the highlight on this side. A little eyeball highlight. Walk. Alrighty, guys. Let me do a few more things. That little mouse's ear painted. That looks actually not much better now. It's got a little bit of life to him. And a little pink nose, how's that? And a little white tooth. Cute. And I made his eyes a little bigger than they should be. Let's see what happens when I change that shape a little bit. That's better. Okay. Aw, I love my mousey. How pretty is he? He went from gray to a different color. There he's looking at the owls now. And we've got a whole bunch of little robins. Not robins, but bluebirds. I guess it's sort of robins. They could be bluebirds there. All right. There's one little detail a bird's gonna have. Little bitty booty hole right there. All right. All right, guys, it is that time. Look at that. Let's get the light back over here so we can see him. I think he came out amazing. At the back. I've got to do a lot more detail on his shirt, but I feel like he is way closer to being done than he was. And there's Mama Boo-Ho, my smiling elderly couple. Yeah, I did. It's sculpted in there, so I'm gonna paint it. Those wisdom spots on his forehead are stunning. Thank you. And he's got, look at his hand. He's got him on his arms too. A lot more on this hand, but yeah, he's got him on his forehead as well. A little bit harder to see. So nice. I love the way you did the birds too. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think I might add a little bit more magenta to Mama Boo-Ho's now so they go together a little better. But I think that these were meant to be together. Yeah, I'm so excited. Okay, guys, that was one more square off the Shelf of Shame bingo. I'm going to take a look real quick to see who's on. Is Rainer going to be on? Rainer's supposed to be on today. Rainer, are you going to be on today? I'm supposed to, I think, hold on, let me check my schedule real quick. Bear with me. He might have already left to go start his stream. Yeah, Rainer's starting, but where is he? Let me look and see if he's online yet. That's who I want to host. Find my keyboard. Here it is. All right, let's check and see if anybody has any quick questions for me before we go. Please feel free to ask. You need a list of people of Twitch to follow. Rainer is one of them for sure. He's streaming in this time zone, and he's usually on at 7, which is right now. So let's see if he's available here. I don't think he's on just yet. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to hang out, because I know he's supposed to be on today. He's supposed to be on today. If he's not on in the next 5 minutes, then we'll host someone else. But I think we're gonna stick around. All right, let me do this. Here we do the desk. Here we go. When the song is over, then we can see if he's on. But definitely follow Rainer, follow Flickster, follow Keyline Prime, follow, so Rainer72 is one of them, Flickster, and Genuine Vision, Maroon. These are a bunch of people I'm shouting out that are really awesome. Have you tried the metallic inks? Metallic inks. Are those the, I think I know what you're talking about. I have not, but they sound awesome. I would like to try them. Let's see. All right, let me check something here. I can see if Rainer is on just yet. He's coming on very soon. There he is. All right, now we can host him. All right. Except for Twitch is being weird again. So we're gonna do it old school. Let's see. Exclamation point raid, I believe is, no, that's the bot. / raid. Rainer 72. There we go. All right, guys. I will see you again on Monday from 2:30 to 4:30. All right, have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.